What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. Today we have a camera comparison between the brand new iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR. As we all know, the iPhone XR has been extremely popular and these days you can buy this phone for $100 cheaper than this one. But is it worth spending that $100 extra? Well, you're definitely gonna find out in this video. So today we are gonna check out a bunch of videos done with the front and the rear cameras during the day and during the night, so you can see which device does better. We are also gonna check out a bunch of pictures taken during the day and during the night, and of course some portrait mode pictures. Now the biggest change for the iPhone 11 is the night mode, so now you can take nighttime pictures and the pictures do look much better. So I think we should start by checking out those pictures because that's where you're gonna see the biggest change. But just before we start, why don't you help me out by pressing that like button? It's gonna help this video quite a lot. Alright, so nighttime pictures. Well, for nighttime pictures, as I said, you're gonna see the biggest difference. The pictures that I took using the night mode on the iPhone 11 look extremely good compared to the pictures taken by the iPhone XR. Last year with the iPhone XR, if you take pictures in darker places, you couldn't exactly see anything. Well, that has changed a lot to the iPhone 11 and now you can actually see everything even in super dark places. So if you ask me, yeah, definitely spend the extra $100 and get the iPhone 11 over the XR just because of those nighttime pictures. And we are moving on to daytime pictures. Well, for daytime pictures, you aren't gonna see the same difference as you've seen for the nighttime pictures. So the daytime pictures are fairly similar. However, the colors from the pictures taken by the iPhone 11 seem to be a bit warmer. And in reality, the colors actually look more like the colors that you've seen in the iPhone XR. I'm not sure if they done that on purpose so the pictures look warmer, therefore better for the user, but if you're looking for the phone that has the most natural colors, I feel that the iPhone XR does a bit better for those. The dynamic range seems to be improved, but just a tiny bit on the iPhone 11 as well. As for portrait mode pictures, well, they are a bit better on the iPhone 11, but not that much better. So I'm gonna let you watch a few more pictures and I'll be right back. Of course, with the iPhone 11 we also get an ultra-wide lens, and if that's something that you need and you want, there is no point in even considering the iPhone XR, and you should probably upgrade to the iPhone 11. But if you don't care about that lens like me, well, you know what I mean. The pictures during the day look very similar. Alright, moving on to video recordings. Well, both devices can do 4K at 30 frames per second and 4K at 60 frames per second. And next we're gonna check out some sample recordings so you can see which device has a better internal microphone, which device has better stabilization, which device has better colors for videos, etc, etc. So let's check out those sample videos and I'll be right back. Alright, this is a super quick video test between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR. I'm currently recording in 4K at 30 frames per second, and at this resolution we also have electronic image stabilization. Now, looking at the screens on both devices, the electronic image stabilization looks the same, but I'm gonna have to see how the footage actually looks on the computer. So under these conditions, so basically walking and with some wind, this is how a recording from these two devices looks like. Okay, and we are moving on to our second video test between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR. Once again, it is fairly windy, so you're probably gonna hear my voice and a lot of wind. I'm currently recording in 4K at 30 frames per second, and at this resolution, of course, we have electronic image stabilization. So I'm gonna pan right for a bit. We'll pan up and left, and I'll keep walking for a bit. And I'm also gonna do a quick running test. So let's see which device has better electronic image stabilization. And yet another super quick 4K 30 frames per second recording. So I'm walking, but I'm walking super slow. I want to see which device can get the smoother footage. So I'm gonna try panning left slowly. And back right. I'm gonna turn around and walk straight for a bit. And we're moving on to another quick video test, but this time around with the front-facing camera on the iPhone 11 and of course the iPhone XR. I am recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. I'm pretty sure that I am. And of course it is a bit windy and there is a lot of traffic behind me. So this is how recording from the front-facing camera would look like. The stabilization seems pretty good as well from what I'm seeing on the screens here. Alright, so that's about it. Alright, and this is our second video and audio test with the front-facing cameras on the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR. As you can probably see, I am walking, it is fairly windy, and I am recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. So I'm gonna spin around for a bit. That's the church that you always see in my videos, the one to my right there. So yeah, this is how recording from the front-facing cameras with these two devices looks like. So as you've heard for yourself, the sound recordings from the iPhone XR seem to be a bit louder, but the iPhone 11 cancels the sounds around you better, so traffic, wind noise and stuff like that. I feel that if you'd be in a very quiet place, the sound recordings from the XR would be a bit better, but if there is any noise around you, the iPhone 11 will do the better job. The video quality seems to be very similar in between the two, but the colors from the iPhone 11 seem a bit warmer, so just as we've seen with the pictures earlier. As for image stabilization, I think that the iPhone 11 has somewhat better image stabilization, but not that big of a difference. So yeah, for video recordings, they're fairly similar. And next we're gonna move on and check out some nighttime recordings. So let's see those and I'll be right back. Alright, and we're moving on to another quick video test, but this time around in low light. So once again, I'm using the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR, and I'm recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. So under these conditions, walking with the electronic image stabilization turned on, this is how recording in low light looks from these two devices. So I'm gonna pan right here. Can't exactly see anything on either of them. And now I'll pan left. And we're moving on to our second video test in low light. Once again between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR. So recording in 4K with the electronic image stabilization, this is how a recording would look like. I am walking and it is also a bit windy, so you may be able to hear some wind in these recordings as well. So I'm gonna keep going straight for a bit. We're gonna turn left right here. We'll wait for this car to pass. And now we'll walk straight. So yeah, this is how recording from these two devices looks at nighttime. And as you've seen for yourself, for nighttime recordings, there isn't much of a difference between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR. The videos look fairly dark on both devices, so not that much of a difference that I can actually tell that one is better than the other one. Right, and moving on to selfies. Well, with the iPhone 11 we get a brand new front-facing camera, and basically all the selfies that I took with the iPhone 11 seem to be better, which I was kind of expecting because we have a brand new camera. So if you're into selfies and nighttime pictures, I feel that the iPhone 11 will do better, but if you don't take that many pictures during the night, I feel that if you still have an iPhone XR, the iPhone 11 will not be that much of an upgrade. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, don't forget to press that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.